Okay, guys, it's me, and I'm so excited to do the celebrating exercise with you, celebrating 2018. This is so important because we forget how much we create in a year and all the things that we cultivate and all the ways we were brave and all the things that were challenging, all the things that were disappointing. It's so powerful to acknowledge all of it, everything that was wonderful and that we're so grateful for, and everything that was really hard that we might also be grateful for ultimately. But there's this real power in naming these things and claiming them. And I'm always amazed that I forget all that I've done and all the ways that I've grown. And I think it's a powerful way to integrate those lessons into our life and really make use of them and make use of our experience and not have it be wasted. So, we are going to go through this worksheet together as a kind of work along. And so, one thing I want you to do is to get your calendar out. I use an analog calendar, a really boring analog calendar where I handwrite everything in my book. And I'm so grateful that I do, because at a moment like this, I can actually look through the calendar and see like, oh my God, I did that. Oh, right. I launched a course, like there's all these things that happen in a year, or I had a date with so-and-so, or I went out and took this friend out for a dinner, whatever it is. It's so great to have a record of that. Okay, so go get your calendar. And the other thing that I want us to do is really like get present and mindful, and just take a moment to close your eyes and put your hand on your heart and just land here. And I find that if I can call on my wisest self, my bravest self, my higher self, then I can allow that part of me do the speaking and do the writing when I'm answering the questions. So take a moment and just tune into that part of you, the most compassionate part of you, the wisest part of you. Okay, when you've got that part, we can start answering some questions. So I'll do it. I'll take maybe just a minute or so to do my answers, but I encourage you to pause it if you need a little more time. I'm just going to shorten it for the purposes of keeping the video relatively short. But please take your time, and I welcome as many answers as you want for each question. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so the first one is the question, what did you create? What did you create this year? What did you create professionally, personally? What relationships did you cultivate? It could be so many things. Maybe you have a hobby of making things. Maybe you painted rocks, and you can write that down. Okay, here we go. Let me get my notebook out too. Okay, you guys, for me, that was just getting started. So I would suggest you put it on pause and take a lot more time and go through your calendar and see what you see what happened this year. But let's go to the next question, okay? And there'll be some overlap in all of these questions, so don't worry if you repeat yourself or, that kind of thing. So the next one is, what are you proud of from 2018? Okay, let's go to the next question. What is there to grieve? What is there to grieve? And this doesn't necessarily have to be a loss, like a death that you're grieving. Maybe you're an empty nester and there's something to grieve about that. Maybe you had a new baby and there's something that you need to grieve about, the loss of the partnership of just you and your partner and without a child. So whatever shows up for you, what is there to grieve? The next one is, what was hard? What was hard? The next one is, what was disappointing? Again, there might be some overlap, but what was disappointing? And again, I'm going really fast, so please pause it so you could have some more time. Next question is, where did you grow? How did you grow? Okay, next question. How were you brave? How were you brave? Okay, let's go to the next one. What do you need to forgive yourself for? This can be a really tender one. So maybe put your hand on your heart and just kind of connect with yourself and ask, what do I need to forgive myself for? Last question is, what were the unexpected blessings? What were the unexpected blessings? Okay, guys, of course, pause it if you want to keep going. I am noticing how much gratitude I feel right now. I don't think I had any idea about how many really amazing things happened until I did this list and until I looked through my calendar. I'm like, oh my God, wait a minute. All these really incredible people were in my life, and these new friendships were cultivated, and there were so many blessings. Like, that's the part I think that struck me the most this year in doing this, is that my list of unexpected blessings was so long and I'm not even finished with it. And it was a hard year in a lot of ways, but like what I'm so present to right now is how lucky I am, and how much there is to celebrate. So I'm curious if you're having an experience like that, or if you're having a different kind of experience. But I hope it was rich for you, no matter what. And I'm curious if you'd like to share, and you're more than welcome to share, just like right down below in the comments. Let me know, like, what surprised you in your list. What are you noticing? Are you noticing that there's a thread running through all of your answers that sort of speaks to what the nature of your year was? Maybe the nature of what you were learning this year. When I look at my list and I look at this year, I think, wow, I was really claiming my power in a totally brand new way, or in a much deeper way than I've ever before. And part of the ways that I cultivated that was through something really hard that happened. I had a really traumatic event happen that took me to do EMDR therapy, which is trauma therapy. And there's a whole big story attached to that I'll probably share at some point, but that ended up being this really kind of unexpected blessing and gift, even though it sort of fell in the what was hard column of my worksheet. I'm realizing that without it, I may have not have claimed my voice and my power and my like F no that I really have right now, and the most kind of self-loving and compassionate, like no or yes, that I feel like I have right now. So more to say about that. But yeah, I hope that that was just a really rich experience for you. I love doing this. I do it every year, as you can see, and it always surprises me, and it's always such a gift. And I love doing it with you, and I hope that you'll share below. I'm going to be reading all of the messages, and I will talk to you soon.